What is up, everybody? Happy Friday, December the 13th. We're back for another episode of BizBuzz Live. I'm your host, Chris Muzan. We're here to talk a lot of things business. Today's episode specifically, we came across some content that I felt like would be great for you guys here on LinkedIn and YouTube of the 10 most profitable businesses to start in 2025. So stick around, let's chat about it. What is up, everybody? What's up? Happy Friday, December 13th to you. I'm back for another BizBuzz Live. I'm your host, Chris Muzan. We're here to talk all things industry, all things business. Inevitably, the reason why we started this platform, inevitably by sitting down and having conversations with people financially, coaching them through all the things, whether it be their savings, their insurance, their retirement, their debt, whatever it might be. Inevitably, we get back to a conversation around cash flow, around how is the money coming in and how is the money going out. Many people may be working at their full-time job, but have the idea of starting a side business, have an idea of branching out and doing something. Many people have an idea of having, 7 streams of income and just don't know how to get there. Some people are fully entrepreneurs and just trying to figure out what are the right industries to pivot into if their industry isn't getting them to where they want to be. So inevitably, the conversation comes back to cash flow. The biggest driver of our financial life is being able to earn income. And so when we have these conversations around what's coming in and what's going out, inevitably, we got to start having the conversation about what industries are making money. Where are the areas that we can make money? There were some industries 20, 30 years ago that made money that don't make money today. There are some industries that have been stagnant over the past 20, 30 years. There have been some industries that have picked up over the past 10 years or 5 years. There are all types of industries out there. In order for us to be able to go off and design an ideal life, but we got to know which ones to dive into. We got to understand our skill sets. We got to understand what it is that we bring to the table. We got to understand the life that we're trying to get to. And then we got to find the industry, the business model, the people, the resources that we need in order to get to that place. Right. And so that's why we jump on BizBuzz Live, is to talk about all the things industry. What are the next industries to pop up? What are some of the things that the downsides of some of the industries people are already in? How should we be thinking about money? More importantly, how should we be thinking about bringing in more money? Right? Yes, there's a part of your life that needs to keep more of the money that you're making. There's another part of your life that says you need to bring in some more money. Not just invest it so that your money can make you some money, but meaning like you need to go earn some more money. You need to bring in some more. And so these are some things that we wanted to talk about. I came across a piece of content a couple of days ago over on TikTok that I felt like I wanted to share with you. It's a gentleman. I've seen him before. I'm not sure his full credentials, but I've seen him before on there. Just again, talking about business, talking about entrepreneurship. And he threw out a post that said the top 10 or the 10 most profitable businesses to start in 2025. And I thought as we wrap up the end of this year, as we start heading into more of the holiday season and heading into 2025, where people typically have plans of improving their financial life. I'm sure 95% of you listening have some financial goal, if you've already written it down or maybe you haven't, some financial goal for 2025, whether it's to get out of debt, whether it's to buy a house, whether it's to pay off your house, whether it's to save enough for a vacation, whether it's to get an emergency fund, whether it's to boost some investment. Like there's always some financial goal that most people attach to their new year. And so a lot of times, instead of just the financial goal, we need to figure out how are we going to get to that financial goal? What are the incomes? What are the things we're doing? So we saw this video. I'm going to share it with you guys really quickly here on the screen so you guys get a chance to see it. And then we're just going to be able to dive in.
Bonus number 11, mobile RV repair. Baby boomers are aging. We're looking for something exciting to do. We're traveling. We're buying, $2 million RVs, and we need someone reliable that we.
So I'm just gonna riff on some of this stuff. I'm gonna just riff on some of this stuff because you guys can hear it. But the first business that he said was a mobile RV repair business. A mobile RV repair business. He says that, right? Aging baby boomers are traveling more and interested more, are investing more in RVs. So think about this. Again, none of us may have been in this industry before, but if you are thinking about skating, this is a Wayne Gretzky quote. He says, "Learn to skate where the puck is going, not where the puck is." Right? He was good because he learned to skate where the puck was going. He can see an angle. He's meeting the puck at that angle versus skating to where the puck is. Most people in business, y'all, skate to where the puck is. You have ideas about what you've seen in business. You have ideas about what you've experienced in business, what your friend that has been doing a business for 7-8 years, what they do. And then you kind of copycat that. But in 2025, we're going to think we have to skate where the puck is going. These are things to pay attention to. So a mobile RV business. Let's finish hearing what he had to say.
That we can trust to repair them. Number 10 is raw.
All right, so that was it for that. Again, mobile RV business. How many of y'all have thought of a mobile RV business, huh? How many of y'all thought of having a business that repaired RVs, because there's so many people out here that are now boomers, that are now traveling, that are moving around? What if you did have a mobile RV repair business? I think that's a great one and a good idea. What's next?
Healthy pet food. Joe Rogan said, and many other influencers said, the garbage we buy at the grocery store, the processed food is causing cancer in humans as well as in dogs. So we're using influencers like that to create a $5 million brand that you can work from home without, cooking or any freezers or anything like that.
So that one, raw vegan, healthy dog food, healthy pet food products, right? Raw, healthy pet food. As humans get healthier, as we get healthier, our loved ones, for many people, that's their pets, our loved ones should also get healthier as well. If you have a pet, if you have a dog, if you have something that you take care of, how do you feed it? Do you have a formula of what you feed it? Would this be a good business to start because other people have the same need? There's a huge demand for what you do. Other people have the same need. Maybe that's a business to start. Again, these are just ideas of some profitable businesses that you could potentially start. Here's another.
For inspiration, have a look at yumrawdog.com. Number 9 is painting businesses. I love painting businesses, even though it's only a 10% net profit. You're doing a large volume, and you should be running a $5 million painting business when you're seen as overqualified. For inspiration, have a look at wowgorgeoushome.com. Handyman.
All right. So we got another one, painting services. Again, not something that we would always think about. We had a conversation on this show a little bit ago about the trades, about handyman work, laborers. So this guy says having a painting business, right? He said even though the net profit is kind of low, right? The net profit might be kind of low. It's not going to be one of those high volume or high profit margin type businesses. But again, you can have large volumes. You can run the numbers and scale yourself to a $5 million a year business if that's something that you want. But again, we're just throwing out the ideas of what you could do if you wanted to start a profitable business. Again, these aren't all the let me be in real estate and let me be a real estate agent and let me invest in real estate and then let me invest in the stock market. Right? That's not the conversations we're having. We're in the equity side. We're in the side where it says, hey, you want to earn more money. You want to take your income from whatever you're making now to bring in another, $30,000 a month or $30,000 a year, depending on what you're trying to do. These are ideas of what you should do. So far, we've gone over a mobile RV repair business most people haven't thought of, right? Raw, healthy pet food. Since we're getting healthier, it makes sense that pets get healthier, and people are going to start to value those types of things. Painting businesses, a painting service or a painting business is another one that he talked about. Focus on the brand, and you can start to scale because a lot of people need that type of work. Here's some others.
Services. Again, baby boomers are aging. A lot of us are aging. We shouldn't be on ladders. We shouldn't be fixing holes in drywall. We shouldn't be replacing light bulbs. And handyman business is very profitable. For inspiration, have a look at wowoddjobs.com. And on the commercial side, one client can give you $2 million a year. What type of client would that be, Leo? Number 7.
Handyman services. Handyman services. Number 8. Again, we've talked about this on the show. We've talked about this here on the show, that labor, skilled labor, handyman, the trades, those types of businesses over the next 5 years, maybe, so to speak. We never know how fast technology moves, but they could be very profitable. Again, there's a saying. I'm noticing something just in the first 3 or 4 of these three or four of these businesses that we're looking at, right? I'm gonna stop sharing really quick so you guys can see this. I learned this a long time ago, and this is good for all of you that are starting a business or wanting to get into a brand new industry. Is, again, back to that Wayne Gretzky quote: you got to skate to where the puck is going. Don't skate to where the puck is. Skate to where the puck is going, right? And so they said that the baby boomer generation was what the largest generation in American history, right? I forget the numbers. I want to say 70 plus million babies were born at like 1946 to 64. Another 20 plus million immigrated here. So it's probably 100 plus million people born or in the age group between 1946 and 1964, which is the baby boomers. And they said, pay attention, they said that any business that followed the baby boomers became successful. So any business that followed the trend lines of baby boomers became successful. Why? Because it's basic supply and demand. It's basic supply and demand. It says there's a huge demand for what we do now, and now we have to come in and supply that demand, right? That's what it says. Sorry, y'all, I'm sick. My daughter got me sick. Anyway. So when we come in to supply that demand, there's an arbitrage there, and we can make money. This is the story of Gerber baby food, right? Story of Gerber baby food. Gerber baby food is not the best baby food in the world. It's not the best ingredients. It's not they were just first to market. They realized, oh, there's 70 million babies being born. Maybe we should produce more baby food. The story goes they went from selling like 5,000 jars a month to like 500,000 jars a month of baby food. Not because it was a great product, but because it was needed. There was a demand there. Same thing happened. You can trace this through toys like Barbie and Mattel. You can trace this all the way through cars, right? The 1964 Mustang, whatever. I'm not a car guy, but like those are cars that people covet. Why? Because the largest population at that time, the baby boomers, were all turning 18. So that's possibly one of the coolest generations of cars because that demographic said so. Lead that all the way up to people buying homes. Now we're in the retirement phase. Baby boomers are retiring at something like a clip of like 60,000 of them a day, right? Just retiring left and right. Some of them are driving off and taking trips and traveling. Some of them still own homes and can't climb ladders and those things. So at the end of the day, this is another example of following the trends, following a demographic, following where the money is, where the people are, and creating businesses around that. It's one of the smartest things to do. Not following, this is counterintuitive. So many people, you might hear people say, oh, follow your passion. Sure, there's some merit to following your passion, but those of you that are just thinking about how to increase your income, as long as it's legal, moral, and ethical, you're going to want to start looking at all types of industries and figure out where's the need. And if the baby boomers are in it, there may be a need, because they're the largest demographic of people born in our country. So if you can find the need of 100 million people, it's likely you'll have a successful business. So some of these businesses that we're just listening to, some of the businesses that this guy's talking about, let me come back in. Some of these businesses that the guy's talking about specifically are geared towards the baby boomers, or helping the baby boomers. What are the ones that we've seen so far? Again, a mobile RV repair business. That's specifically for baby boomers, for people that now are retired, that now have RVs. More and more people are investing in RVs. They're traveling. They're going all over the country. What if your mom, what if your grandparents got stuck in Montana because their RV broke down? This is going to happen more and more. AAA might come out, but what if you just had a mobile RV repair business all across the country? It could really do some big things. But again, that's the baby boomer side. Painting services, handyman services. These are things that older people would need. What are some other ones?
Landscaping businesses. Start with residential, use that credibility to going to commercial. The last one we did, we sold for $10 million, and we have more buyers for landscaping businesses than we have sellers. So landscaping and design to create branding and differentiation, again, an unfair advantage, and your client should see you as overqualified.
Landscaping businesses, again, with our hands, the labor, we've gotten very lazy. This is what you're hearing and seeing in some of this list of these businesses, is that we've gotten lazy. We want to do things with technology. We want to do things, work from home. We want to do things that don't inconvenience our schedule. We want to do all those types of things. Now the businesses that are going to be popular and profitable are the ones where it goes against that. Doesn't have a ton of technology, right? Painting services, handyman services, landscaping businesses. These are things that you got to do with your hands. You got to work. That's why this is becoming profitable, specifically because no one wants to do it anymore. Business is about supply and demand. There's a demand and not enough people to supply it. If you step in, you'll be successful. If you don't understand that concept and you're hustling on a crowded block, you're doing the thing that all the other people are doing, you're still setting up Airbnbs because you heard that that's the way people were moving back in 2020 and 2021. You know, some people making money. Probably not going to get there.
Number 6 is custom homes. Huge margins in custom homes. And they need someone they can trust. Trust is a huge part of any business. And that's what we focus on, creating trust. And again, having your clients see you as overqualified to build custom homes. Again, for inspiration, have a look at wildgorgeoushome.com. Roofing.
There we go. Custom
Roofing
homes.
protects our
Hold on,
biggest
let me
asset.
pause it. Custom homes. Custom homes. Custom homes. Another thing with your hands. Things with your hands. Technology took over the last 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Got it. Now we're looking like we're possibly going to be moving back into some of the more profitable things where you're hands-on, where you learn how to use your hands, where you build custom homes, right? You got to be qualified to be able to do this, but at the end of the day, it could be an option for you.
Most homes are our biggest investment. We want to protect that asset, and we want to make sure we hire someone that we trust. Number 4,
mobile car detailing. Oh, wait, I think I might have missed one, actually. You talked about roofing services. That was number 5. So we went from custom homes to roofing services. Again, things with your hands. I hope you're seeing a pattern of what's profitable or what. Again, this is just one guy, but I would second a lot of the stuff he's saying because I see a huge supply and demand arbitrage. There is a huge difference between what's needed and who's willing to supply it. How many people are supplying it? That's why this is important. That's why you can learn a lot from what businesses to start if you just pay attention to what's happening around. Pay attention to how you can serve people. The best businesses solve the biggest problems. Say that again. The best businesses solve the biggest problems. The bigger the problem you solve, the more money you make. So if we're talking about 10 profitable businesses, you got to start thinking a little bit outside of the box and start thinking that there's some other areas that you probably aren't skilled in yet that could have a bunch of financial upside for you.
Mobile car detailing. Cars are our second biggest investment. We love our vehicles. We pay hundreds, $100,000, $200,000 for our vehicle. Do we want to drive a dirty vehicle? No. Subscription model, have your car detailed every 2 weeks or at least every month. And most car collectors have you come into their home or their business to detail the cars on a regular basis, so they always have clean vehicles.
I think that was a nuance that some of y'all might not have picked up. It was a nuance that some of y'all might not have picked up. Let me give it to you really quick, because I know people that have car detailing businesses. I know people that have started mobile detailing businesses. And this gentleman is saying they could be just as successful in 2025 because people care about their cars, like their cars the whole nine. But he gave you a tip. I wonder how many people that have detailing businesses have subscription service. Not just call me when you're ready, but like, this is the fee. This is how much you're going to pay. And I'm going to show up twice a month. Built-in sales. Instead of having to go back and market again and ask for another referral and call back old clients, what if you just set your mobile detailing business up as a subscription? And if someone chooses to not use it that month, then it is what it is. You still got your $59.99 or your, $75 or whatever you charge them per month. And if you have 10 clients, right, you're going to be able to make whatever that looks like, probably mobile detailing costs a little bit more. You're probably in the hundreds, but either way, thousands of dollars a week. If you have a bunch of clients, again, can lean towards the baby boomer side. How much do they want to get out there and clean their cars? They might want to a little bit more, but you get what I'm saying. All right. So AI generated stuff. Oh, my fault. Y'all weren't even watching that. My bad. You might have heard it, but if not, there was AI generated stuff. AI generated stuff. That was number 3. So how much are you using AI? How much are you jumping into artificial intelligence? How much are you using that in your business? How much are you studying it? How much are you getting your 10,000 hours in on it? Who was it that said the knowledge gap? There was somebody I listened to that was talking about the knowledge gap that says, how do we make money? We make money from the knowledge gap. There's information that you know, and then there's people that don't know that information. The difference is the gap of knowledge that you have. The way you monetize that is by helping these people learn what you know, get the knowledge gap. They'll pay you for that knowledge, right? And so in areas like this, in artificial intelligence, maybe you're just learning more than the average person. Maybe you're just moving faster and cycling faster through AI content, and you're practicing more. So your knowledge gap goes up, right? So your knowledge gap goes up and you have a little bit more knowledge, and then you go off and build a business helping businesses with their AI. What if you did that? There's lots of ideas, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just trying to give you more things to think about to increase your income.
2 is interior design. Again, affluent people hire interior designers and architects to do renovations on their projects because they don't want to take chances. They want to make sure they're dealing with qualified, reputable businesses. And what better way to overqualify you? If your clients see you as overqualified, there's a very good chance that you're going to get the job, and there's less questions about what kind of work have you done, what kind of reviews do you have, and that sort of thing. So for inspiration, have a look at wildgorgeoushome.com for that as well. Number 1.
So number 2, he said interior design geared toward affluent people, geared toward people that have multiple properties, mansions, rental properties, all those types of things. You can gear your message to them and get into the interior design space. It could be something, again, that is profitable in 2025, right? It's profitable for you. Even if you haven't thought about it, even if you don't have a skill set in it, how do you make it profitable? Here's the last one.
Is obviously bookkeeping. Bookkeeping, dealing with businesses, and chances are your business, you don't know your numbers in your business. So starting a bookkeeping business like wildledgerlion.com for inspiration shows the clients how to use their numbers as the steering wheel of your bus. And if you don't know your numbers, you're sitting at the back of the bus and it's not going to be very long before you crash your bus. So having your clients, having your businesses see you as overqualified is the quickest way to design a $5 million business. Showing them their profit leak, showing them all the mistakes that they're making in business, doing cash flow projections, doing job costing, show them exactly where their money is going, and comparing budgeted to actual. Nobody does that. You're paying your bookkeeper a shit ton of money and you're not getting anything in return. What? Tax preparation? That's not enough. And tax preparation is very profitable when you're designing it properly. What did I miss? What business should be on this list? What businesses did I miss?
Before we dive into that, number one was bookkeeping. I being in the financial space, 1,000% agree. Most business owners don't know what's happening with their money. They have no idea where their money's going. They have no idea, like he said, cash flow projections and labor costs and all the things. So if you had someone on your team that was able to do that, your business would become more profitable. If you just have an understanding of bookkeeping, that is a business that you could start in 2025 and help the hundreds of thousands of entrepreneurs that have no idea what they're doing with their money. I tell you that because I'm in the financial space. I work with people that own businesses and they don't know what they're doing with their money. And bookkeeping is a huge need. If people want to transition out of a job, they want to run a business themselves, they got to know where their money is going. And instead of them constantly looking at it, hiring someone like yourself that's starting a business that realizes this is going to be profitable in 2025, not because I'm super skilled or talented at it, but because there's a need for it. The best businesses solve a problem. There's a need for it. And if I could get one message through your head today, is if you are going to start a business, skate to where the puck is going. Don't skate to where the puck is. Skate to what's going to be needed in the future. Don't talk about what has been good in the past. Business is ever evolving. So what you have to be aware of is what are the industries that there's a demand, there's a need for something, and not enough people supplying the demand. Most times, y'all, this is going to be a business that's boring, that you don't like, that you don't have a skill set in, that has nothing to do with what you've been doing before in the past. Most likely, that's what it's going to be. Here's my encouragement: go learn about it. Sorry, I'm sick. Go learn about that business. Go take some inventory. Learn how to self-learn. Learn how to self-educate. Read the books. Watch the YouTube. Listen to the podcast. Gain a specialized knowledge. Then get around other people that are entrepreneurial. Share with them your idea and let them point you in the right direction. That advice right there was counterintuitive for most of you people, right? For most of you that are kind of going out and doing this, it's counterintuitive. I told you, number one, don't go back to school, but learn how to study. Learn how to learn. Learn how to take 20 hours to do research on a topic, on a business, on an industry, on financials, on marketing, on case studies. Learn how to study that. Take the 20 hours a week that you were watching Netflix and put it into the business, the industry, the business model that you're looking to study. That's number one. You got to gain knowledge and insight. You don't even have to, most of the stuff is free. Sure, you might be able to get a course or something, but really a lot of the stuff is free, y'all. Just go and get the information, learn it. 20 hours, 30 hours, 50 hours, 100 hours worth of studying. Just like if you went back to school and paid someone to do it for yourself. Then step two, get around other people that are entrepreneurial. is a big hurdle for most people. We have an entrepreneurial dream. We're around a bunch of successful employees. We have an entrepreneurial dream. We're around people that have never started a business and are risk adverse. We have a huge dream, a huge idea, and no one around us has a resource or a connection to get us to the next level. So once you have the idea and you've studied and you've researched, then get around the people that could potentially help you. Get in the environment that you need to flourish. And then start talking about your vision in that environment. All of these are counterintuitive for most employee-minded people. One, just studying by yourself without someone telling you to study is counterintuitive because we always normally have to go back to school to do that. Two, changing your circle. Getting around people that actually think like you or are headed in the direction you're going is one of the hardest things to do. Your socioeconomic group, your family, your friends, the people that you grew up with, that's your emotional, mental home. It's hard to get past them. It's hard to get out of that circle until you know that you need to get past that circle because there's resources, people, conversations that you need to have that aren't there. And then thirdly, share your vision. You know, the amount of people I come across that like don't want to talk about what they want to do. Oh, I got an idea. Wonder why it never happens. People, you all know people like this. Oh, I got this idea. There's something I'm working on. How come it never works out? All right, you've been working on things for a long time. It never works out. Maybe it's because you're not sharing it with the right people. You haven't written your vision down, made it plain, and then given it to people. Let people read it. Let people hear it so that they can send you the people. They can be like, oh, I know someone in that space. Let me connect you. That's the magic. So you want to start a business? I gave you a list of 11 profitable businesses potentially to start in 2025. What's the nuance? The thing you got to do? You got to study. You got to research. You got to gain knowledge. Then you got to get around the right people that can help you build on that knowledge. And then you got to talk about what you want to make happen a lot. Then you'll get a business off the ground. You put some work into it, you'll get the business off the ground. But those are the things that you got to do, ladies and gentlemen. Feel free to follow me on any other platform. We're here every Friday on LinkedIn and YouTube, BizBuzz Live. We're talking about all the things industry, business, things in the money space. But most importantly, how are you going to bring in more income? How do you increase your cash flow? How do you have more discretionary income in 2025 than you had in 2024? That's what I'm here to help with. Until next Friday, y'all. Take care. Peace.